You've touched on exercise, but let's go deeper into that and why exercising at the right time and doing the right exercise works for you, and how, if you're not doing that correctly, you can be spiking cortisol.
Okay, so absolutely, I believe in exercise. I believe in weight training because muscles are very healthy, not because they're more metabolic, but because, if you fall, you bounce if you have muscles, literally. So my mom was hypothyroid, not properly medicated, and she broke her hip in like 11 places. Had to be airlifted out of Alpine, Texas to a hospital. Her bones were very fragile. She had no muscle tone. So muscle tone is good for you to be protected. My husband is a bicycle rider, used to be a racer. I've pushed him to go to the gym to work on muscle tone because what he does is just catabolic, riding his bicycle. And I'm petrified he's going to be, fall off his bike. Italian drivers are insane, and break his shoulder. So he is building upper body, and cyclists are usually all legs and no upper body. So weight training is great. Don't think of cardio. Just don't think of cardio. That was invented when they took our fat away, when they told us there used to be ads in the 80s for energy to eat sugar. Literally, I have those ads. I found them. I researched them. They took our fat away. We needed energy, so they started telling us to eat sugar. And then people got heavier and they put them on the treadmill. Exercise used to be work. Didn't used to exist.
To be clear, you're still a fan of walking. And for you, you like your paddleboarding.
Mm-hmm.
The way I understand it, it's just because these are gentle enough that they're not causing that stress response.
Yeah. If your heart is raised for 10 minutes, you're going to raise cortisol levels. That's it. So you could maybe do a sprint, stop completely, walk, a sprint, stop completely, walk. But other than that, even that, if somebody has an autoimmune condition, I'm going to say no exercise because your immune system is wary. It's constantly thinking you're in danger. So it will react to the slightest thing. Like it might even react to a food that for other people is fine, like egg white. A lot of people react to egg white when they have a very sensitive immune system.
Okay, so coming back to our bad stressors that people often think are good: fasting, over-exercising. The last couple I want to touch on in that realm: ice baths and saunas. You're not a fan of those either.
Yeah, they raise cortisol. So extremes, Jesse, think extremes. If it's an extreme, it's going to raise your stress level. So humans, we lived in tribes, we went hunting for a bit and we lay around the campfire, ate some dried meat, made some beads, drew some pictures on walls, went hunting again. We were smart. We had spears. We didn't have to run after these animals. From afar, we saw them and we killed them. So our stress levels were completely different than the modern humans. So yes, if it causes stress, it's going to raise cortisol levels. And that could be a lifestyle. That could be an argument. That could be all kinds of stuff. All of these things will raise cortisol levels. Your body will not know if the treadmill, the marathon, the fight with your partner, the war, the famine, it won't know the difference. It will just raise cortisol levels.
If you enjoyed that clip, you're going to want to head over here and catch the full episode. I'll see you over there.
Thyroid hormone regulates every single tissue in the body. Regulates our genes, regulates mitochondrial function, the genesis of mitochondria. So everything, really. I treat hyper and hypo the same way. Same anti-inflammatory.